Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Here are the top 6 daily checks that I think you should do on your motorcycle when you're out exploring. Let's get started. Now, I know that when we are out traveling, we don't want to spend a lot of time checking the motorcycle and doing maintenance. That's why you should prepare very well before you get started with your trip. But still, I promise to you, if you take care of these 6 things, that's going to help you to have a much more enjoyable and hopefully trouble-free trip with your motorcycle. The first 3 are extremely simple, and it should take about 1 minute to do the 3 of them. And that's going to be your brakes, coolant, and engine oil. So let me show to you on the CRF 300L, but you just can adapt and learn this for your motorcycle before you get started with your trip. Checking your brakes is very simple, and let's start here with the front brake. So you want to check that the brake fluid level is still in line, it has not gone down, and this should not happen. Very important for you to know, if your brake fluid is going down, that's a problem. That means that you have a leakage, and it's not just a matter of topping up, you really have to find where the leakage is located. So very important, but usually it should not happen and it should stay stable. And you're going to do the same also for the rear brake caliper. On most motorcycles, these are going to be separate systems, so you have to check the level on both sides. Checking the brake pads is a visual inspection. You pretty much just want to check how much meat is left on them. So if you just look in here, just eyeball it, and then you can see how much material is left. So here on the CRF 300L, this is the plate that the brake pad material is held to, and you can see the blue one, and I still have a lot of brake pad left, so that's good to go. And you just do the same also on the front caliper. Next, we are going to check the coolant level here on the CRF 300L. It is on the left side of the motorcycle where you have the expansion vessel. Then there is a line showing the minimum level and the maximum level, and you should be between these 2 lines. And usually this should be quite stable. It should not be something that is going down every day. The next check is going to be the engine oil. On the CRF 300L, here on the right side, there's a visor that you can check the oil level. Same idea, there's a line indicating the minimum level and the maximum level, and you should be between that. If you have an older motorcycle, but then you will know that if your motorcycle is burning some oil as it is running, then this level may go down and you may need to top it off as you go along. The tools that I personally use and carry on my motorcycle trips are available at royalmoto.com, and I've chosen each individual tool myself using only high quality tools from renowned manufacturers. There are model specific toolkits, so you don't have to guess, meaning that each kit is tailor-made for your motorcycle model. And of course, our toolkits include the original Royal Moto tool. You can check out the available options at royalmoto.com/toolkits. And now, back to the video. Now we are getting to the 4th daily check, and here you might need to take some action more often, and we're talking about the air filter. So here on the Honda CRF 300L, the air filter is located behind this panel. I do have a video here on the channel showing how to change it, so the idea is the same. You just remove the panel, but instead of changing, you're just going to check your air filter. If you're riding off-road in dusty environments,
Pure sand!
and also if you're riding behind another rider, if you're always at the front, usually you're going to get less dust. But if you're going behind another rider in a dusty environment, you may even need to do it a clean, just a basic clean on a daily basis. I would also recommend that you have an air filter that has a foam material. With the foam material, it should be quite easy to clean it. You can just take it off, blow it. If you pass in front of a workshop, you can also get some compressed air and just spray on it to get the dust off. But there you go, that's the next check you need to do. Just keep in mind that on some motorcycles, it can be a quite tricky job. Some motorcycles, the air filter is going to be underneath the fuel tank, or you need to disassemble a few parts of the motorcycle. Well, then you have to deal with it. I know that some guys are going to skip, so just use your common sense. If you develop the feeling of how much you can ride on dust environments and you don't have to do the daily check, then you may consider skipping. But if your motorcycle has an easy access filter, it just takes a couple of minutes, I recommend you to do it if you have ridden on dust environments. Next going to be to check your tires. Now in here it could get a little bit tricky. That's why it's important that you know how to change your tube and your tires if needed. I have a separate video here on the channel how to do that. Yes, yes, got it. Well done. This is good. But the basic check is just to check the pressure, that they are stable, you're not losing air, and just have a visual inspection of your tires. If you're planning a long trip, it might even be the case that you need to change the tires along the way, so you can already prepare in advance when you need to stop to get a new set of tires. Now we are down to the sixth and final daily check, and I left this one for last because for me that's the most annoying and the one that takes the most amount of time, is going to be to check your chain. Checking your chain, I mean a couple of things. You need to check the chain slack, and if the chain slack is out of spec, you need to adjust it. If you don't know how to do that, I have a video dedicated here on the channel just for this procedure, and also to clean and lubricate your chain. Some riders will like to carry a cleaning product and a lubricating product. The way I like to do it is just with WD-40. I've always done it like this and I never had any issues. So I just use WD-40 with a rag to go around my chain, and that's doing both jobs at the same time, cleaning and lubricating. You just have to keep in mind, if you have a lot of gunk stuck to your chain, for instance, you're riding on muddy terrain or there's a lot of stuff attaching to your chain, before applying WD-40, I would recommend just pass by a petrol station and wash it down before you apply WD-40. Okay, so thanks for sticking around until here, and I have a bonus tip for you. I'm in the middle of a trip here in Croatia with a lot of off-road. We're doing the TET, the Trans-Zero Trail in Hungary and Croatia, and I have a final tip for you. Now, you can also take the opportunity to just check here on the front suspension of your motorcycle if you have any oil leakage. Now, probably you can see in here that we are going over a lot of dust and mud on this strip. Maybe that gives you an idea in here. So it's quite dirty. I was already checking my air filter, and that's a good moment for you to also come and check if you're losing any oil in here. Now, luckily that's not the case. Mine is fine. Now, this one can turn into a tricky situation if it's leaking, but there's a way for you to just try to clean it. Now, you can make a tool at home using a PET bottle, a plastic bottle, and just cut it on a certain shape that I'll put here on the screen. And then you can try to insert it inside the seal and just get any dirt that might be stuck inside out of your suspension. There is also a specific tool from Motion Pro, but you can fabricate one by yourself because this tool would cost you about $10 and it's just a little piece of plastic. But there you go, that's the bonus tip for you to finalize the daily checks of your motorcycle. So that's it. I hope you got some value out of this video, and I see you on the next one. Bye bye.